everyone! I am here today with the 6th and final episode of my Lippie a Day project. In this video, I wear a different lipstick every single day, and I've been doing this since Christmas Eve of 2015. I have narrowed down my collection quite a bit, and I'm really happy with the result. Let's just jump right into the daily footage. This is a Dior lipstick I kind of forgot I had because I have it out on display, so it just eventually becomes part of my decor rather than a functional lipstick. This is in shade number 7 and it's part of the Diorific line. As you can see, it has two different shades. It has a matte red shade or a cream red shade. Can't quite remember the finish. And it also has this shimmery kind of like pink shade, which is the shade I'm wearing today. The reason I'm glad I found this shade is because I'm wearing a very monochromatic or one color look today. I'm in all navy blue. So I wanted something to brighten up my skin tone a little bit and not go with the nude lip look that I was planning to go with for a couple of days this week. So I really like the shade. I think it is stunning, but it does have quite a bit of shimmer in it. It is a little bit on the frosty side, so I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it as I wear it throughout the day. Today's lipstick is the Giorgio Armani Rouge Ecstasy in number 100. I figured it was time to wear the last couple of my nude lipsticks. I did like the Dior one yesterday, but the shimmery side left leftover shimmer on my lips after the color wore off. So I wasn't 100% crazy about it, but I am gonna try the other side, the non-shimmery red shade, to see if I like that one better. I was afraid that this Giorgio Armani shade would wash me out, but I think because I'm wearing this floral top, it's actually not too bad. So I'm thinking I'll like this one. I'm hoping I'll like this one anyway, because I really do like the Giorgio Armani lipsticks. But I will report back tomorrow. Today's lipstick is by Hourglass and it's in the shade Grace. I did really like yesterday's nude lipstick. I think it did wash me out, but because the texture was really nice and it didn't form that crusty line on the inside of my mouth, I really enjoyed the formulation. So I think I'll hang on to that one for the time being. Today's Hourglass one is about the same shade. It does wash me out, but I've worn a bright top to hopefully compensate for that. But this does have a little bit of a scent that I don't really like. It's a lipstick scent, but I would say it's got a little bit of a plasticky note to it. I'm gonna think about whether or not I want to wear this today. I'm thinking I'm just gonna toss it and swap it out with something else. So the product I've chosen instead is this OCC Lip Tar, and it's in the shade Lydia. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this shade with the outfit that I chose today, but now that I have it on, I do really like it. It's got a little bit of a plum quality to it, but it's still very office appropriate and very wearable for day to day. So I'm really liking this shade. The last time I wore a lip tar to work, it didn't work so well. I got a really crusty, nasty line. So I'm gonna see how it goes with this one. This one is a little bit darker, so hopefully it will wear better than the other one. So today I'm using this Diorific lipstick again, but this time I'm using the red. So here's the lipstick. I applied it in a really light manner because I just wanted a little bit of a stain and not go full on red for work. But I'm not a huge fan of this shade on me. I think it leans a little bit too orange. Since this lipstick has both shades, I am going to apply the pink side as well. So I'm just gonna do that now. I'm not gonna move the camera back, but I'm just gonna overlay the pink on top. Not sure I like that any better. I kind of like the pink by itself, even though it has a lot of shimmer in it. I'm thinking the red doesn't really work for my skin tone or for the look that I usually like to wear. Today's lippie is another OCC Lip Tar. This is in the shade Grandma. I'm actually on my way to an exercise class today, and I think this lippie is going to be a bit much for the class, but it's literally one of my lightest shades that I have left. Everything I have left is either a red or a dark vampy color, except for very light colors. So I decided to go with this one because I felt it was the most neutral, even though it is quite orange and coral leaning, but I think it's okay. I made my skin really bronzy today. I think my face is a few shades darker than my body, so my body has to catch up, but I'm liking the lipstick with my bronzy glow, even though it doesn't match the rest of me. Today's lipstick is going to be MAC's Russian Red. We have come to my very last lipstick. I do have some OCC Lip Tars left, but that is basically it for my lipstick collection. I am going to try to wear the OCC Lip Tars this week. I think I have over 5 remaining. It is Sunday and it's before 8 a.m. and I'm going grocery shopping, so I decided to just do a very light dusting, if you will, of this shade. Instead of doing it really opaque, I just did a more stained effect. But of course, being a matte red, it is still very pigmented. So I will brighten it up when I get home and when I start recording my videos. So I will be testing the true color, but for now, I'm just gonna go with this sort of look. I'm going to be wearing one of my brighter lip tars to work today. This is in the shade Radiate. So this is a really bright pigmented shade, but I've put on a very thin layer of it, so it looks almost like a lip stain. I'm a little more comfortable with it like this because it's not as caked on, I guess. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a lipstick. It just looks like my lips are stained this beautiful kind of like orangey, pinky red color. So we'll see how I feel throughout the day. It's still a little bit of a departure for me to wear such a bright shade to work. Today's lippie is the OCC Lip Tar in FEMME. I pictured this lippie a lot bolder and a lot more pigmented than it is. I remember trying it on in a video and it was quite bright, like it was a bright light pink that I don't think it really flattered my skin tone, but I kept it anyway. But putting it on today, I think it's quite flattering. Maybe because I'm using a darker foundation. It just looks like a classic baby pink, something that I would reach for all the time. So I'm glad I decided to pull this one out to try. I was actually inspired by my pink nail polish, which is why I picked this shade over a red shade that I was planning to wear today. Today's lippie is the OCC Lip Tar in Strumpet. I tried to go a little more subtle and just do a stained lip effect, and it's still quite bold. I did wipe it down a little bit, and it has stained the back of my hand just from being on there for a little bit of time. So I think this will have a nice stained look to it, and I doubt I'll even have to reapply it. I really like this shade though. I think it's really, really pretty. It's got a hint of purple to it, and yeah, totally into the shade. Today's lippie is a sleek pout paint in the shade Pinkini. So once again, even though I tried to put on a very thin wash of color, this shade is very pigmented, so it is quite bright on my lips. The good news though is that this week, as I've been wearing my lip tars, I'm feeling quite comfortable at work because I feel like I don't have a lot of lip product on because I just put on such a thin layer. So because of the comfort level, I feel like I'm not wearing any lip product, but when I go to the washroom and I see myself in the mirror, I have like a brighter pop of color. I used to have a lot of the pout paints, but I've given away the majority of them because I wasn't using them and I just had too many lip products. And putting this on again today, it feels really nice. Today's lippie is another sleek pout paint. This is in the shade MINX. This is a really pretty shade. It's a peachy nude, and I think it does wash me out a tiny bit. So we'll see how it wears throughout the day and whether I develop that nasty line in my lips. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about this one, but I didn't want to wear a really bright, bold color today because we've got some stuff going on at work, some contests and things like that, and meetings and such. So I decided to go with a nude lip, which I am much more comfortable with. Today's lip product is going to be this OCC Lip Tar in the shade Anime. This is another really bold, really bright lip tar, but I've just worn it as a sheer wash of color. I am going to let go of the pout paint from yesterday. I found the color washed me out and I didn't really feel like reapplying it throughout the day, so I just went with regular lip balm. I'm also going to toss my white OCC lip tar. This is in the shade Iced, and it is white, but it's got a frosty feel to it. I don't normally wear the lip tars, and when I do, I don't bother to really mix them at all, and I don't really like the frosty type shade, so I am going to be tossing this product as well. Today's lippie is going to be the OCC Lip Tar in Vintage. So originally I was going to try this OCC Lip Tar today. This is in the shade Black Dahlia. The moment I squeezed it out, it seemed a little bit goopy. It seemed to have a little bit of a stringy texture, which is very different from my other lip tars. And then I started to apply it, and it was just really patchy, and it had a very strange scent. So this has definitely gone off, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss this. Instead, I decided on this beautiful red shade that I'm wearing now. This is in the shade Vintage, and it's got like a really dark kind kind of like a blood red type look to it. I think it is beautiful. It's very retro. It was a little more difficult to put on, even as I'm talking to you now. It's a tiny bit messy. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit before we leave and probably blot it a bit just in case. We're just going to the grocery store, so I don't want to be too done up. So that is it for my 6th and final episode of my Lippie a Day project. Once again, I am pre-recording this video. I'm sorry I don't have the final tally just yet, but I will put it somewhere on the screen, and all of that information will also be in the description box down below. I did go in and choose my absolute favorite for episode 6, and it is the Sleek Pout Paint. This is in the shade Pinkini, and I think it's just a beautiful, vibrant, gorgeous, pigmented fuchsia. It is so stunning, and I was very surprised by how much I liked this product, and it is very pigmented, very comfortable on, and I have no issues with bleeding or anything like that, and it literally feels like I have nothing on. It is that comfortable. So I hope you enjoyed this video and also this series. Again, let me know down below if you have ideas on how I should be approaching my lipstick collection. I still have quite a few lippies, I'll admit, but the collection is much smaller than before. I would say I probably have around a quarter of the products I had when I started the decluttering process, so I've made huge strides, but I still have a long way to go because I know I have too many things and I do want to still further pare down. So again, thank you guys so much for your support and for watching my videos. Until I see you next time, please take care and bye for now.